Welcome to the Mad Panda podcast, where hip hop has no expiration date. I'm Nate, along with my co-host Silas, and today we're diving deep into everything hip hop.
All right, and as usual, we appreciate everybody listening. Please like, share, subscribe, keep building, keep this thing growing. Check out our. I don't think we've set up a Facebook yet. Did we set up?
No, I don't think we said a fake.
But we do have an Instagram. It's just Mad Panda
So
Podcast at Instagram. Yeah, just get out there, help us grow every little bit. Just let your friends, family, everybody know. Even if they don't like hip hop, tell them to join it, and they can see two dudes just
talking on here.
Yeah, just talking. So
talking about rap.
Yeah,
then hit that notey bell. Yeah.
This time around, we're just gonna talk. I don't know. We try to have subjects each time, but this time we're just gonna, because usually we have our subject and then we turn off the mic and then we sit here and just talk hip hop for another half hour, and we're like, we should just be recording that. So,
which exactly happened like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, we talked about, okay, what are we gonna talk about, and then we ended up talking for 20 minutes. So
this has no topic at all.
Yeah,
just kind of going.
Just hip hop. So
yeah.
I was going to mention a little bit about, we were just talking briefly about like all this stuff going on with Fat Joe and Lord Jamar, but I just don't have Jamal. I don't know enough about it to really dig into it deep, but I just know there's a lot of like discussion about who founded hip hop. Like was it just African America? Was it Puerto Ricans involved, or Caribbeans? I know, and the one thing I did listen to Grandmaster Mel. He basically came out and said, you know what, hip hop is Bronx culture. That's what it is. And he said that's, this is the African American neighborhood, and that's where it started from. So everything about hip hop is Bronx culture. I'm pretty sure it was Bronx, not Brooklyn.
Yeah, I think it was Bronx.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Bronx. This is what he said. This is what Mel said. So,
but I mean, well, for me at least, if you want my 2 cents on it, I would have to say it is African American culture. One, because, with our culture, it's kind of like we always getting jacked from, what I'm saying?
Take back what's yours, right?
You know what I'm saying? We don't have that much stuff to hold on in our culture. So, it is Black culture, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like there are people who's in the culture who's not Black descent and who doesn't have, I guess, a African American background in here. But no, at the end of the day, I feel like it is Black culture. And so with that, I don't want to sound like a what you call it, person who just sound like, oh, we need to keep the culture for ourselves. This is only our stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like when other races and stuff like that put their perspective and other things on the culture and comes in, and seeing things differently. However, it is dominantly Black people who own, who own it. But
I think some of the argument though was just about, because there was a lot of like Puerto Rican and there was various Hispanic cultures. All that were in those neighborhoods that were at the original parties and stuff like that. So I think that's where some of the arguments come along. I mean, I can't say anything. I mean, I'm a white boy from the suburbs in California, so I wasn't anywhere near that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and I wasn't born where I could say where I was in, like, near the birth of hip hop or anything like that.
Yeah.
But being in the culture and being, African American myself, I can say that, this is the way I see it. And, I have hip hop in my soul and my heart and stuff like that. So, and just growing up with it, it is Black people's music. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people out here that I know who listen to nothing but rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so with that, because if you start getting other races in it, like especially like we say, like Puerto Ricans, right?
Yeah.
They have their own culture. They have their own music. They have the, you know what I'm saying? So they can get hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Because they might be born in the Bronx, or they might be born to where hip hop was playing a lot, but they also have the other sides where they can tap in.
Yeah.
So, when they want to listen to whatever, like, whether it's reggaeton or
salsa
or merengue or bachata, for the Dominicans, like, there's other,
all that stuff.
Yes, there's other stuff that they can also tap into. As for us, this is the only thing we have, you know what I'm saying, is rap music. Maybe it's blues, maybe, but
what I was gonna say was kind of funny is like, white people really don't have their own thing because we stole rock and roll. We tried to steal jazz. We tried to steal blues. I mean, country is rooted in the blues.
Yeah.
Rooted, you know. So it's kind of like, yeah. So I can't claim anything, but I love all this music. So I don't know. I love black music, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to, you know, to share it and to.
Yeah, but you got to acknowledge the founders, like.
Yeah.
And where it comes from. Like, I mean, hip hop was born in the Bronx, you know, and it was African Americans doing it. So there may have been, I'm sure there was a white guy there. There was Mexicans. There was Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a whole mix of pop.
The main guys that were doing it, you know, and I don't know, like Kool Herc, I can't remember if he was, I want to say he may have been from the Caribbean or something like that.
Okay.
Like one of the islands but came over when he was a kid. So I think that's the other part of it is like, well, you know, some of the original guys weren't just African American, they were, you know, Caribbean or whatever. But
yeah, they might have been like Dominican or
one of those like those islands. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I keep meaning to kind of dig into a little bit more. But the one thing that I did find funny we were mentioning was that Lord Jamal has been involved in, you know, he's never a short of an opinion. You know, he always has an opinion. He's but he released a song too, and I haven't listened to it yet. But I was reading some stuff about it, and he's talking about flat Earth and all kinds of conspiracy theories. So I just thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
About that. Yeah. I mean, he was part of Brand Nubian, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, I didn't listen to a lot of Brand Nubian. I heard a few songs here and there. But what it seemed like they had like a whole conscious type.
They were, I mean, very much, especially because originally it was Sadat X and Lord Jamal and then Grand Puba. DJ Alamo, I think, was their DJ. And Puba it was very like conscious, but at the same time, Puba was always talking about skins. And so it's kind of funny, like, but then he left after their first album. And so their second one, drawing a blank on the topic. I can see the cover right now, but it had like Punks Jump Up to Beat Down, Travel Jam, and Steady Bootleg, and those songs on it. That was a much more of it was kind of a heavier, darker record in some sense. The beats were a little heavier.
Yeah.
Very much Nation of Islam influence. The opening song is just kind of a beat with almost like an Islamic prayer where it's saying Allah Akbar, I believe.
Okay.
Over and over. And then there's like some preachers, like some ministers and stuff on there on some of the stuff. And then there's like stuff like Black Star Line talking about like Marcus Garvey and things like that. So it kind of had that very kind of black power Afrocentric, but it was just a good album. And I thought Jamal and Derek or Sadat X really were both on equal level. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Jamal was the weak link, but on that album, I would say they were pretty equal. Yeah. And even on their first album, it was all of them were good. So yeah.
See, man, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't know where you're getting with this flat Earth theory.
Who knows?
Like, you know.
Yeah. Crazy.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. The other thing I was going to bring up was, you know, we're right around the election. We had the inauguration. What do you think about Snoop and Nelly performing for?
I didn't see them perform.
Yeah,
I didn't. But like, I thought Snoop didn't like Trump. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was what.
Well, they've been playing a clip from the last time when he was inaugurated, and what he was basically saying. Anybody that would perform for him, pretty much every slur you can think of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they've been playing the clip, and then they roll right into him performing, and it's like, that clip didn't age very well, Snoop. So yeah. And then Nelly came out. He was just like, it wasn't about who was in office. It was just an honor to perform for the office of the president. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. I was reading
So he didn't really have a political stake in it.
That's his response afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know what his, you know, because there are a lot of people that are Trump supporters.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think necessarily, but there's a guy from LA Cool. We've talked a little bit about him. I believe he's part of the whole Project Load scene. I saw a post by him, and he was like, I don't care what you folks think. If somebody's going to pay me to perform in front of millions of people, I'm getting a check. You know, basically is what he's saying. He's like,
I'm getting that check.
He's like, we're performers. We're paid to perform. Yeah. So Yeah, but I think the big issue with Snoop, though, I think is because,
Snoop had his,
8 years ago, he was very vocal about nobody should be performing for him.
Trump, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just kind of
backstepping on his word now, or backpedaling.
Yeah, I mean, I know people can change their opinion, but that's a hard opinion to change. But
yeah, it is, man. Yeah, it is. And I feel like Snoop, man, he has the freedom to say no. You know what I'm saying? It's not like hurting for the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he's got that T-Mobile money coming in right now with all the commercials he's doing.
He got Snoop on the stoop. Like,
he's got that.
He got everything.
He's got his Olympic checks coming in.
So, yeah,
not like he's hurting for money.
Unless he just genuinely changed his mind and was like, you know what? Because I mean, I can't really hurt Snoop. Like, I know, like some things that he might do or something. Like, he got to do something really, really, really bad for me to not like Snoop Dogg. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, really, really bad. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's Snoop, man. And it's like,
yeah, he's a kid.
I might look at him sideways a couple times, but it's Snoop, man. It's Snoop.
I don't know if you know who William Shatner is.
No, William Shatner.
He was the guy that played Captain Kirk in the original Star Trek movie, or TV shows and movies and stuff. He just always shows up in TV shows and commercials and voiceovers, and I'm always like, Snoop is kind of like the hip hop version of William Shatner. He's just like a character, doesn't take himself super seriously, and will basically do anything for money type of thing.
Yeah, is William Shatner the dude who got the Halloween mask, Michael Myers mask made out of?
Yeah, that was a Captain Kirk.
Okay,
yeah, yeah, but I always kind of compare him like, yeah, you're just somebody that will show up and
be anywhere.
Yeah. Hawk something for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I think for me, the only issue is like, well, you said this and now you did that. If you had never said that, I wouldn't be like, yeah, whatever. But
that's just kind of like, he's just contradicting his own words. Yeah. That's pretty much. That's like where you're getting at.
Yeah. With like Nelly, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Like, if you want to do it, it's your call. I wouldn't do it not that anybody's asking me, but I would have done it personally. But
yeah.
That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, you're trying to keep your, I guess, morals right.
Yeah,
it's like it'd be different if like Ice Cube was up there. You feel me? Because Ice Cube is very vocal about
Although he has expressed support for Trump in the past and met him during the
I did hear him something about that, but I feel like he did have a legitimate reason. He was saying something about. He was talking to both parties, the Democrat and the Republican. He was like on how to help Black culture or Black people in America.
But I do think he has praised Trump in the past, though, too, more so than just that. So I think, yeah, but yeah, it is kind of when somebody was so vocally, and they said the kind of same thing as like Eazy went to the White House with George Bush.
Yeah, and he did. Yeah,
and it's like,
I don't know how
a few years before that they were
back then though.
I think it was senior, and they were the ones that were sending the FBI after NWA and all that stuff.
Ah, okay. So that was kind of like
so that was kind of
WTF.
Weird. But I think it was the same thing because Eazy made a quote that was like, that one visit gave me like $1 million worth of publicity that I didn't have to pay for. So that's basically, he was just as a businessman. In fact, I think LA Cool quoted that too. That's what I think I heard that story just recently with saying that that's all about publicity, and that's so.
Yeah, and they definitely getting their publicity then.
Yeah.
And Nelly, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he... Wait, what songs was Nelly performing anyway?
The one thing I did see is that he's got that one song with Kelly Rowland.
Yeah.
She wouldn't allow him to play that song, perform that song. I just saw that today. I mean, I saw it, obviously it was on Facebook, so take what it's worth, but it said that she forbid him to perform that song in front, at the inauguration, apparently. So, she was...
That's it, that's down.
Her opinion, but...
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he played like Hot in Here or something like that. That's the only song I can think of.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, as for performing wise, like, is that the White House kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that appropriate for the White House? I'm not trying to be all snobby or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, like, there are times and places like did they do it was it like a actual performance?
I don't think it was at the White House. It was somewhere like it was kind of like a inauguration ball.
Okay.
I didn't pay any attention to it, but until kind of after the fact. In fact, I had heard they were performing, and I thought it was on like Monday during the inauguration somehow, and then it was like, no, they performed last night. Like,
okay.
Like I said, I haven't really paid much attention to it. not to go too political, but you're saying is it appropriate for the White House? It's kind of like, I think all that's gone out the window these days.
Well,
anything goes in the White House these days, considering who's there.
Yeah. Because there's the songs I be thinking about. It's like, it's not White House friendly either. Some of them are dissing the White House in the song. So
yeah,
it's just it just amazes me that rap came this far. I guess
I know if you was told, speaking of the early days, if you had told Kool Herc that at some point the biggest rappers in the world are going to be performing for the president, you'd be like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah, right. Like, get out of here. But no, man, that's what's happening. And I'm glad to see. Like, especially hip hop and rap is like, just is being blown up. Especially, I think we are the number one most popular genre, right?
Yeah, I have mixed feelings on that because like part of me is like, I wanted to be this small kind of like the small in crowd, like,
okay, like,
I don't want the whole world to love hip hop. It's like, this is my thing, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
For me, it's like I like it to be worldwide and stuff like that, how it is, because I like to see people who look like me that's on billboards and like on top of those charts and stuff like that. And with that, it's but I understand what comes with it. There's a lot of since it is the most popular genre, we're gonna have a lot of like people who just taking it for granted.
Yeah.
And who's just trying to get in just to get in.
I think it would excite me more if it was the true artists up there, in my opinion. Like,
yeah,
if it was De La Soul, or if it was AC Alone, or if it was KRS-One. Not that any of them would perform for the White House, but like just in general, just like on like the New Year's Eve shows, instead of having like these pop rappers up there, it'd be cool to see like Cool up there, or sitting up there with Ryan Seacrest, like the LA Underground up there representing. It's like that would be cool, like because if it was the people that I respect from an artistic standpoint and people that I think are really
that's deserved
representing the culture.
Okay, yeah,
the roots of it. That I think it would be more exciting to me, but because the ones that you do see on all these events, like I know you could argue that Snoop's part of it, but he's kind of gone beyond just that dope rapper from Long Beach. He's kind of like this, he's hanging out with Martha Stewart.
Yeah,
he's become more than just hip hop. He's like a celebrity entertainer. Like he's kind of out of that world, kind of in that sense, I guess. I don't know. But,
like he is hip hop, but he's more than that now.
Yeah,
I'm trying to say okay.
Yeah, he's not just a hip artist. He's just a celeb, like an all around celebrity.
Yeah, and I think the only ones we got now who can really represent the culture is Kendrick.
That's cool because in that sense, because he is doing the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, and that was cool a couple of years ago when you had Dre do the Super Bowl and the people he brought out there with him. So that, in that sense, that was cool. Yeah. Like, I'm not a huge fan of all those guys, but that was a really awesome show for me because it did bring people that I do respect, even if I'm not a huge fan. It was like, cool.
It was the Dre.
You had Eminem, you had 50.
50, yeah.
Anderson .Paak was playing drums.
Oh, he was on.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige played. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on there as well. Yeah. So yeah,
So that was actually, and that's where I would like to see more like that stuff. People that are actually more representative. Yeah. So as we're talking about, I guess maybe there is more of that than I'm thinking of.
But yeah, there's not a lot still, but
no, we'll be interested to see who Kendrick brings out with them.
Yeah. That's a conversation in itself right there.
Yeah.
Who would he bring up? And also, would he play Not Like Us at the Super Bowl? I doubt it because it's the Super Bowl, and so it needs to be cleaned up. And that song is calling Drake a pedophile on that song, so I doubt he plays that song.
Did you see apparently in Australia Drake's performing down there, and he's banned any apparel from Kendrick, from J. Cole, anything that says the Grams or Not Like Us. Like, you can't come into his concert if you have any of that apparel on.
Wow. Yeah. Even Cole, too?
Yeah, you can't have any of his... What's his label? What's his crew? Like,
Dreamville?
Yeah, they said no Dreamville merchandise. no Cole merchandise, no Kendrick merchandise, nothing with any of the song lyrics or titles, especially the diss songs. Yeah.
Even
Cole, like, dude,
man.
Like, not only are you suing for defamation, you're I don't know,
telling people they can't wear certain things.
Yeah, it's like, part of me is like, okay, I don't like you, but I'm gonna go to your concert and I'm gonna wear a Kendrick shirt. So I can get,
just say not like us on it.
Yeah, but
or say A minor. Oh, you
no, I just thought that.
Like, oh, you did get beat up in that concert.
Yeah, but I just saw that and thought, wow, that's where we're at now. Like, imagine if like Karis One and MC Shane, like if they like you weren't allowed to wear a BDP hat at a Shane at a.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that.
But you know that. Yeah, I guess that's where we at. And as for Drake, no, I still didn't expect it. Honestly, I'm gonna be on 100%. I thought Drake was gonna take this on the chin. I didn't think he was gonna go
cry home to mama.
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna go legal on him and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Blanket and went to his lawyer.
Yeah,
Kendrick was mean to me,
right? But that's the thing, though. It's like Kendrick didn't do anything that Drake didn't do. Drake was calling Kendrick.
Yeah, I mean,
a wife beater, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, not taking care, or his kids might not be his. I mean.
But I mean, like, Ice Cube didn't sue, Easy or Dre.
Yeah.
And they said just as bad as
just
about
bad
each other.
Yeah.
It's like, that's just part of the game. And if you can't, I know his original lawsuit was more about the pay-to-play type stuff, but then he withdrew those, and then I think it was an actual defamation.
Yeah, defamation of character.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
I don't know.
My whole thing is that also, because 50 Cent was talking about this too.
Was he?
And I think he's on the side with Drake. At least that's what it seemed like. Because, 50's everywhere, honestly. But
he's whatever I think riles people up.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a professional troll these days.
Exactly. But he was saying that the reason why Drake made those lawsuits was because he said that he was trying to get Kendrick to stop, trying to kill the noise on the Not Like Us, because he said Kendrick performs at the Super Bowl.
So he's trying to stop it before
it it becomes a certain thing. And on top of that,
well, now I'm hoping Kendrick plays it.
That's what I'm waiting on right there.
When I started a petition,
right?
How many people
going crazy?
Yeah. Speaking of petitions, I did see there was a petition somebody put out there to have Kendrick invite Lil Wayne.
I would love that.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
But you know what? That's gonna cause even more conflict with Drake, because Lil Wayne.
Then he's gonna sue Lil Wayne for performing with. He's gonna call his lawyer. Lil Wayne's being mean to me now too.
Like, Lil Wayne is who founded Drake. You know what I'm saying? He was signed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was signed to Wayne, so that's already kind of looking like, you know what I'm saying, a little suspicious. So I don't know if that will work. You feel me? I don't think.
Maybe it's all been a huge setup to build up hype, and then Drake is gonna perform with Kendrick at the Super Bowl. It's all been a gigantic publicity stunt from day one.
It could be, but I mean, being called a pedophile, that's something serious. You know what I'm saying?
They sat down a hash hour, like, well, if you call me that, then I got to call you this.
Yes. I don't know. Pedophile, man. I don't know. That hurt. That one hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, I could say even in the beef though, Kendrick didn't want to go this far. I could tell, because even on his first diss track, they would call Euphoria. It was more lighthearted. It was kind of more at. He was pretty much saying, like, if you take it further, I will take it there.
Yeah, and he did. And he kind of bumped it up, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll say this once, because Kendrick mentioned his son, Drake's son, in it, but he didn't mention it in a way to where it was like, if your son in it. It was like, he was like, I got a son to raise, but I see you don't know nothing about that. And he was like,
like a
But then when Drake heard that, he was probably just like, oh, I'm going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he just spazzed out. And that's we kind of see what happened now. But yeah, I mean, if Kendrick does bring out Lil Wayne, I will love that. Because Kendrick is a big Lil Wayne fan as well.
Yeah.
So that'd be crazy to have. But like I said, it's going to cause even more conflict with Drake. And, having his whole Young Money.
Yeah,
I guess history kind of torn up, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because I will be looking at Wayne in a different way. Like, you on stage with my enemy, and then if he raps not like us on stage with, like, he calling me a pedophile, like, oh man, I would spaz out if I was Drake. Oh man, he's probably just spiraling out of control right now.
Be interesting to see. Well, we only got 2 weeks?
I believe so. Yeah. I haven't even been watching football. To be honest.
I haven't really either.
I don't even know who's gonna be going, who's a contender. I don't know nothing like that.
Yeah, I haven't paid. The Vikings lost, so I'm out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you Minnesota Viking fan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they were doing well, but I knew they every time they do well, they
drop the ball.
Yeah. So it was just kind of like, okay, it's inevitable. So when it happened, it was like, okay, yeah, I knew.
Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah.
I knew
it was gonna break my heart some way. I don't even want to say my team. I don't even want to say my team.
It's not the Browns or something, is it?
No, y'all not gonna know. Yeah, I'm not saying it on here. I love them to death. But we ain't been looking too hot in these past couple of years. So
you're not a Cowboys fan, are you?
No, I'm not a Cowboys fan.
Well, you're from Dallas, so I had to guess that one.
Yeah, I'm saying. But actually, yeah, no, I'm not gonna say that. We're gonna get off the football thing. I'm trying to be clowned in this.
Who you might be
in this Snapchat? I mean, not Snapchat. This
podcast.
Yeah, my mind's everywhere right now. You said something about football, man. I start spiraling. I'm Drake Jr. in this bad boy now. But nah, yeah, that'd be interesting to see at the Super Bowl, man. And I think that, since he released GNX in November,
it'll probably be songs from there.
It'll probably be songs.
I'm sure he'll do like Humble or
Oh yeah, one of his most famous.
Yeah,
yeah. Also,
the more kind of upbeat stuff.
Yeah. Also, we were talking about like who he might bring out. I'm thinking if it is Kendrick,
what would be cool is just for her is that the mariachi singer that he had on the GNX album. Yeah, that'd be awesome for her because she was just some local singer. They said that, and she showed up. She's like, I don't know nothing about rap, and he's like, just do what we tell you. And so she sang. She was on like 6 of the tracks, I think.
She was on the majority of the album.
So that would be cool. Like if they brought her out, that'd be great for her. Yeah, that would just be a cool move, I think. So.
Because see, that's what I'm saying. Kendrick it's not only black culture he's uplifting. He's uplifting the Hispanic culture as well.
Yeah.
And with that, I was thinking, because on his album, he has a couple Hispanic artists
on MCs and stuff too.
Well, they're not like really. They're not like MCs in the aspect of like rapidy rap. They're like people that's trying to get out the streets type thing. Trying to make it a rap. And they're not. They wasn't very known. If I could say that, they wasn't very.
We brought in a whole bunch of unknown MCs on this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like a lot of people that you didn't know, and they're like, who is?
Cats from the neighborhood.
Yeah, so everybody from LA too. So, so it's like he bringing up the whole LA. So I'm guessing he might end up bringing out some of those cats, and if he does, that's a good look for him, because it's a good look for everybody, for him, and because it shows that that he's putting these people who wouldn't necessarily be considered.
Yeah, he's giving people a chance.
On this stage. But at the same time, I don't know, maybe he would go with his original crew. With I don't know if he was in a group called Black Hippie.
I know of it. Were they like a collective, or were they an actual group?
They was kind of collective.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
Absol, J Rock, and Kendrick.
Okay.
And so it was all 4 of them. So he might bring them out. You know what I'm saying? They help them get their shine on. But
that would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Every year they always bring somebody out. At least a couple people, I think, usually.
Yeah.
Like Rihanna, who'd she bring out? She had somebody came out with her.
I don't remember what hers was like.
So it was last year, or no, she was a couple years ago. I forget.
Yeah, I believe that was a couple years ago. But she stopped doing music, so I stopped kind of paying attention to her. You know what I'm saying? She's all about, don't get me wrong, she's a billionaire now, because she been like doing like her brand Fenty.
Yeah, her brand
and stuff like that. Yeah. And but this is kind of like gossipy, but I just don't see how she got with ASAP Rocky, man. Like
they got like 2 kids, don't they?
Yeah, they got like 2 kids together, man. So Rocky, man, congratulations. It's not even the fact that I think that she's too pretty for him or anything like that. I just think that when I see Rocky, I picture him as like, he's like a big brother to me. And it seems like she need like a man, and he's like a little kid. Boy. You know what I'm saying? He's still like a kid and stuff. So that's how I just see it. So I don't know, but congratulations for the both of them.
But yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
I guess we're gonna cut it right here.
Yeah, we'll do our final for our top 5 for today. Let's see. This is one of yours.
Hopefully you can read it.
Top 5 gems.
Top 5 gems. Oh,
like just best songs is what you're thinking, or
best anything in the culture. Just gems. Just you know what I'm saying. Just maybe one liners that is just stuck in your head, or
let's see. So not necessarily a song, like anything with the culture.
Yeah.
I
don't know what I was thinking when I wrote this, though. I'm gonna be real with you.
I know there's some of mine that I put in there that I'll be like, what was I thinking? My favorite logo.
Okay, what's that?
The Public Enemy logo.
The Public Enemy. Okay.
The person in a Target. It's right there on my turntable. You can't see it from the screen, but it's right there.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That. And then the KMD logo too. The Sambo.
Sambo character.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what is a gem?
Yeah, I'm just thinking like my favorite things of the of the culture.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too.
Let's see.
I can't think of anything right now.
Let's see.
We'll look around the museum real quick.
I know, looking at all my favorite video. This is more for me probably because MTV stopped playing music by the time you came around, I think. So we grew up watching the MTV raps and all the videos, but I can't even remember what the video is exactly, but I always remember loving the Break It Down by De La Soul video.
Oh.
And I can't quite recall what it is.
To break it down.
Yeah. But Night of Living Bassheads by Public Enemy. We've talked about that, I think, before, where it's kind of like this news. It's like MC Light's like the reporter. And it little news, and then they'll play a verse, and then it cuts back to her talking, and then so it's almost like a news one. And then the other one would be Black Still Now or Chaos by them, which was the prison break, basically.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So those are probably two of my favorite
things at the culture.
Yeah.
I'm really drawing a blank. Like I'm my mind's like computing. It's not computing.
Let's see.
I think that I mean, Jesus. I cannot think.
Come on, this was your idea, dude.
All right, this is. Oh my God, I'm making myself look bad right now. My goodness.
Well, I'll go with take it for literal gems. We'll say Slick Rick's gold.
I mean, yeah.
His diamond studded like jewelry.
He was loaded with that bad boy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he was still walking around with that junk.
Hey, you guys are getting a bonus show with the cat fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Watch out. Yeah. So you gotta run away from
him. Yeah.
But I'm gonna say at least album wise, I'm gonna have to, of course, put my favorite on.
No Big Crit.
No Big Crit.
No Big Crit.
But that's a gem in himself right there. You know that whole.
And I'm. Well, with the exception of the Break It Down video, I was trying to avoid De La Soul.
Yeah. I will say.
How about your favorite hip hop person that's not a DJ, MC, or producer?
Who's not
somebody part of the culture, but they're not.
Oh, not like music wise.
Yeah. So like, label exec, hype man, label like a A&R person.
I ain't gonna say my favorite, but I know Rob Markman. He did a lot of things. He's a reporter, or I guess a journalist, or I don't know what you would call them people, but he's he was influential with a lot of stuff, kind of like in and now and stuff like that. He worked for MTV back in the day.
Okay.
He's the one who kind of like put rap I don't say rap on MTV, but he's the one who's like bringing up these artists that we know now, like kind of like serving them up to like, you know, it's like I know he did that for Mac Miller when he started working at MTV, because Mac was on MTV before he was working there, but then when Rob Markman started working there, Mac started to come on MTV a lot more.
And that was because of him.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
And then I think Russ actually got a little spot on MTV before Russ was Russ. He was like in high school or something like that.
Okay. And that was a big dude.
Because of Rob Markman, and like he's always kind of like in the know of up and coming artists that became like, you know, huge now. So
in that same kind of vein, there was Ted Demme.
Ted Demme.
He's the guy that created MTV Raps.
Okay.
And his dad is Jonathan Demme, who actually directed like Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Ted Demme, and I'm hoping getting the names right. One's Ted and one's Jonathan. I'm pretty sure Ted Demme is the younger one.
Okay.
But yeah, he's the one that created MTV Raps, MTV Raps, and then along that same note would be like Fat Five Freddy. You know, he was the host of that, and he was just a big tastemaker in New York. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with Blondie. They're an '80s group with the singer, the blonde.
Yeah.
In one of her songs, she actually mentions, Fat Five Freddy.
She has a song called was it Call Me?
Yeah, Call Me. That was their big one.
Okay.
But on I can't think of the name of it, where she kind of actually raps and she talks about Fat Five Freddy.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, but so the two of them, and then there was the other guy I was gonna say is not Ted Demme. I just said that. Dante Ross.
Dante Ross.
And he was an A&R guy that worked for Tommy Boy and then a bunch of others, and he's responsible for De La Soul getting signed, Brent Nubian. He was the A&R for Old Dirty Bastard at his album.
Whoa, okay.
Everlast on his solo stuff after he left House of Pain.
Yeah.
He was involved with, trying to think, basically almost who's who of like late 80s, early 90s. He like grew up with the Beastie Boys.
Hey, okay.
So he was just dialed into the culture from day one.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's responsible for a lot of some of the best music out there, I think. So
okay.
Third Base, I think he was somewhat involved with KMD and MF Doom eventually.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he'd be like a great, like probably one of the most
influential,
connected and influential people of the golden era. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, I failed on this one miserably, but
I don't even know if we came up gems. We just made stuff up there. So
yeah.
But
yeah. Oh, the one thing I want to say before we exit out of this podcast is running back all the way to when we first was talking about with the Fat Joe and Lord Jamar thing, and about how hip hop is for Black people or for other races as well. I want to say, even though it is our culture, it's still owned by white people. These record labels are the ones that's controlling the music and what we hear. And the only ones who get freedom is the ones who are independent from the universals, and who's not tied into that. So,
and even there, still have to kind of make deals with the devils, like to get to the right venues.
Yeah.
To get their merchandise into stores and stuff like that.
Yeah. So even though it is our music and our culture, I feel like it's still owned by another entity and another racial group. But yeah, that's the last thing I had to say.
On behalf of all white people, if I could, I'd give it back to y'all. But I'm not that high enough.
Yeah,
that chain of command to help that. So
yeah, and I don't mean no disrespect by it either. I mean no disrespect by it. Just,
no, I mean it's true. I mean
that's what it is.
Like we talked about earlier. I mean we stole rock and roll, we stole the blues, we stole tried to steal jazz, but I think
couldn't get it right down.
Financially they did, but artistically it never.
Yeah.
Although I mean a ton of good white jazz artists out there, but
is Kenny G considered jazz? Or is that he just a flute player?
In my opinion, it's more like easy listening.
Okay.
But that gets into like me being kind of a purist.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you don't know about this stuff.
Yeah. It's saxophone, by the way, not flute.
Yeah, saxophone,
tenor sax. But sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's the purist they are. Look, there we go.
Because the white guy taking over, putting you in check again. Anyway, yeah, I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't consider him jazz.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, some people out there would, and I'm, yeah. Who am I to? I'm not the defining
person who.
Yeah, I'm not like the guy that approves who's who. But in my opinion, when I want to listen to jazz, I would never pick up a Kenny G record.
Okay. So it's like easy.
That's what I look at it as. It's more just like easy listening, instrumental type stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but on a future episode, I thought we would actually delve into like some outside of hip hop, like stuff, kind of like jazz or.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I had to get on my. You said Prince?
Yeah, just in general. I just meant non-hip hop stuff.
I thought you said like Prince was jazz. I was like,
he did. There is a concert of him and Miles Davis together.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think they ever recorded officially, but there is video of it and stuff. But yeah. Oh, but anyway, no, I was just saying like non-hip hop, but kind of adjacent or somehow related to it.
Yeah, we definitely do that then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, all right. Y'all been rocking with the Mad Panda podcast. This was a random topic episode, and hopefully you guys loved it.
Yep. Thanks again for sticking through it with us. Hope you guys watched the whole thing. If you liked what you liked, or if you like what you heard, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, share it. Check out our Instagram feed. If we ever get our Facebook going, check that out. And see you next time. Thanks again.